Bonjour, chat, bonjour. I'm sorry I'm a little bit late, but I just had to read an article which popped up recently. It turns out that the reason, well, not the reason, but like what facilitated the theft of the Napoleonic crown in Paris is leftist ideology. And there's like so many of leftist takes that intersect with each other. They create this network of intersectionality, if we will. And all of them put together worked in unison in order to make it a lot easier for the thieves to get away with the crown jewels. They found the crown in the gutter, by the way, so they did manage to recover the Napoleonic crown. But, okay, so here's what happened. They named the first female ever as head of security in France. And I actually went through all of the newspapers from the time. I used the Wayback Machine. And it turns out that in almost every single one of them, they weren't praising what she did before or what accomplishments she did in order to warrant her job at the museum. Every single newspaper was basically cheering over the fact that she has a vagina. Like, that's it. That was her qualification. Like, she just happened to be in the right place with a vagina in order to get the promotion. And so, that's number one. Apparently, the director is also a woman, also hired due to DEI. And people are now asking for their resignation. Now, there's also another interesting thing, and I didn't know this. Like, this one genuinely blew my mind, and I'm going to show it to you in a bit when I have it on screen. But at this point, like, someone should be under a criminal investigation. Like, there comes a time, basically, where you can't really just say, oh, well, why the fuck isn't it? Okay, I can't show it to you? Hold on. Hey, it seems that it doesn't want to show the display capture. Oh, hold on, I think I know why. Alright, there we go. Let me just get out of the way. Alright. So, back then, the display cases used to look like this. Alright? And as you can see, they not only looked awesome, but they also served a really important function. If anyone was to try to damage the case, which, by the way, was reinforced glass, the exhibit would react by opening a trapdoor and dumping whatever exhibit was into a safe. And so it was almost impossible to steal them unless you managed to, like, carry the entire thing with you. And now they replaced them with these things, which look like you're going in a mall. Right? Like, they look ugly. It's like something that they call modern. This is the modern exhibits, right? And this is how it looks like, apparently, the one that carried the priceless treasure that was stolen. And the reason they did this is a leftist reason. Like, it's not pragmatic. It's not to add extra security. It's not to make it look better. They literally say that to counter the elitist image, the museum will strive for a cultural democratization to make its treasure more accessible with improved presentation, labeling, and curating. Some may say that they made them too accessible. A little bit too accessible. Again, if you're out of the loop, they managed to steal, yesterday, they managed to steal the Napoleonic crown and the Napoleonic jewels, which is a big loss for the people of France. And the theft was also ridiculous. Like, they used the crane. They got on top of the crane in the middle of the daylight. They broke the window. They broke the exhibit. They stole it and they ran away. My favorite take is that they found the passport of one of the guys that did the crime, and he was a Russian. And it's like, get the fuck out of here. You know, get the fuck out of here with that story. You want me to believe that in that morning, you know, this criminal basically stated, yeah, hold on, we're going to go for the biggest heist of our life, and we're going to commit a felony, but, like, let me make sure that I get my passport with me, and let me position it in my pocket so that it can wiggle it out when I'm running and I'm fleeing the police. And get the fuck out of here. Anyway, right, so they have no idea at this moment who actually managed to commit the theft. My son is upset. Give me just 1 second so I can oh, no, never mind. My wife is going to get him. But yeah, so all of these things have to do with like leftist ideology. Now it's like leftist damage control. Like they found a passport and it was Russian. Oh yes, absolutely. Putin put them up to this. You know, Putin is now organizing. I guess what would you even call this? National treasure robbery from one continent away. I saw the crane. My question is, how the hell did they get it there? Getting it there is probably not that difficult. You gotta understand, the way that a lot of people operate, like if they see something out of the ordinary, a lot of people cope with it by thinking it's normal, right? You're more likely to be suspicious if you see like someone trying to sneak in than if someone brings a crane, because people will assume, oh, maybe it's just some workers, maybe it's just doing their job. SRC Maker, hey, your troll is back to normal size. Yes, I have clicked the zoom in button. Anyway, I do respect a classic jewel thief. To be fair though, apparently they're very well respected in prison as well. For some reason. It's kind of like there's a prison hierarchy. You know, the chobos, the pedophiles are at the very bottom. And then you have like the rapists, which are a little bit on top. And then it's the wife beaters. And these are like the dredges of a prison. But then you have like the gang members and the murderers, and they're like the prestige individuals. You know, they're like the best type, or the creme de la creme that get respect and stuff. And on top of them, like what's even more impressive in a prison than a killer seems to be a person that either commits a bank robbery or a person that actually commits a jewelry heist. Like these are the type of individuals that get a lot of street cred in prison. Yeah, old school heists, return to tradition. No social media, no internet, no nothing. Like they just broke it. My favorite thing though, and this is what the article also states, is that sometimes the former royal palace in the heart of Paris can intimidate certain demographics, and the museum needs to pressure people that its collections are also for them. So again, like look how the left managed to push it out of their ass. Like they're basically saying, I'm not even kidding. This is the most retarded argument ever. They're basically saying certain demographics are intimidated by seeing this, and so they need to make them look like this so that those certain demographics know that this is for them as well. In what fucking universe? In what fucking universe does any of this make sense? But it's a statement. It's an official statement, right? And I also hate the fact that they put a price on it. It's like 40 million euro losses. Like, no, this is priceless. You can never get it back. Like, this is not something that you can put a price on it. You can always make 40 more million euros, right? Especially for a nation the size of France, that's peanuts, right? Like, they can also, they can always print more money. They can never print the Napoleonic jewels. So fucking bizarre. And again, the idea that there is a human being on Earth that wouldn't go into the museum because the exhibit looks like this, but now that the exhibits look like this, they will say, oh yeah, now it's time for me to visit. Seriously, like if I was a judge in this case, and I would be trialing this person for conspiracy, which in my opinion, they should investigate them. They should investigate it. Like, they lowered the security, and they made the security so lax until the theft happened. Like, my Eastern European cynical brain is that either they were in on it, or this is like a level of stupidity so high that it needs to be punished. And so, if I was the detective, I would say, like, okay, so you're telling me that you believed certain demographics feel intimidated by the extra security and the way the display cases looked, and you made them weaker. Can you bring me a single, just one person on planet Earth from any nation you want, like go whatever, find me the guy that wouldn't have entered the museum because they were quote unquote intimidated. Just one guy, just one person. I don't care. You know, like, I'm not going to tell you to bring me a whole demographic or run a study or no, just like one single person. They can't find any. There's like, I'm sorry, chat. I got a little bit upset. You know, I got a little bit upset. It is what it is. I'm floating in orbit on X. Yes, it's Elon Musk's SpaceX that helps me fly. You can't replace a 1,500 diamond crown. You know what's also funny? Apparently there's a conspiracy theory why they didn't install the biggest diamond ever. Like in the Museum of France, there's like a massive diamond there. And the reason they haven't installed it, it's because it was already swapped and the new one is worthless. I don't know if this is true or not. It would actually be hilarious. To be fair though, like if I was the French government, would you actually put like all of these exhibits on display? Or would you just swap them with fake ones and keep the real ones locked away? Like, this is probably what I would do, you know? The thing is, though, and this is the sad take, the people that stole the jewels are going to appreciate them far more than the leftists that were in charge of France right now. Think about it. Like, you go on Reddit and you see, like, so many people saying that France deserves it. Because it's not theft, because the French people stole them anyway. And so it's fair that it's happening. And you gotta think about it. It's like, okay, so you believe that French people going in the Middle East, and first of all, like, they don't even know that the Napoleonic jewels and crown were actually made in France. But, like, you're telling me that Europeans going into the Middle East, some of them dying from heat stroke, some of them dying in the battles there in order to conquer the place. And then you have the archaeology, which was a very advanced science for the time, managing to figure out where these things are, digging them up from the desert, knowing how to dig them up so they don't get ruined, knowing how to transport them all the way to Europe so that they're in a pristine condition, having historians figuring out what the fuck they are, and then preserving them, right? That when I say preserving them, it's because in the Middle East, there have been numerous Muslim groups and organizations that try to destroy these things because they come from pagan places. Like, for instance, the pyramids, if you actually ask Grokky or ChatGPT or any other search engine you want, you will find out that, yeah, like, there were Muslims and sultans that wanted to destroy the pyramids because they were pagan. But the only reason they didn't is because it was too expensive to destroy them. Like, the effort involved in tearing them down was too great, and so they left them alone. But like, ISIS, for instance, they actually destroyed priceless statues. And I remember when it came out, like, Sargon was really pissed because, like, this was 8 years ago. And you had, like, ISIS with hammers just destroying these pagan statues. And because they were taken away from that place and placed in a museum, they managed to protect a lot of priceless artifacts that would have been destroyed. And take into account, you know, like the Europeans, the Brits, the French, they didn't hoard these things, right? Like, they didn't place them in a bunker somewhere where no one gets to see them. They didn't melt the gold in order to make sure that they cast it into bullions and they make wealth out of it. No, they placed them in a museum where everyone gets to see them, right? Like, they placed them for humanity. And they also increased the level of tourism for places like Egypt, for places like Syria, for these Middle Eastern places, which now have people going in the London museums or in the French museums. They get to see these things. And then they travel over there in order to see them there. So, like, the idea that, oh, well, they were stolen, and it's a good thing that they're stolen back, it's so monumentally stupid. It's so fucking retarded. Which is why I'm saying that probably the people that stole them will appreciate them more. Like, it's sad but true. Where are the pyramids covered in marble slabs? And those slabs got stolen or used as construction material in Cairo. I mean, that doesn't surprise me. Look, like, I'm not going to blame people that stole material due to the passage of time, because that's pretty much what happened with the Roman Empire and its roads. Like after the collapse of the Roman Empire, a lot of peasants and a lot of nobles literally stole material from the roads in order to build their own shit. And so, like, that's fine. You know, at least I understand, like, the practical reason. It's like, you have some people, like, 100 or 300 years later, after the construction of something, and they don't really appreciate what it is, so, like, they just steal the construction material because they're being pragmatic. But to destroy something just for the sake of destroying it, that's what I don't understand. You know, like, to take a sledgehammer to an ancient statue just because, oh, well, it used to be a pagan something, and now we're going to smash it down. Oonga boonga smash. Well, that's something that goes beyond just stealing the marble from the pyramids. Many artifacts in Europe were traded with others. Okay, don't expect the left to actually understand that. There are probably more surviving artifacts outside of the area because people collected them, yeah. The Taliban did that too. Everyone did that, you know, like, it's a little bit different than the Christians. Like, at least the Christians didn't fucking destroy the Roman statues. Now the Christians actually tried to either put cloth on the statue of Venus or chisel a leaf or some shit, but they would still appreciate the artsmanship. Like, they still appreciated the way the statue looked and the talent required to sculpt it. Meanwhile, when you look at what's happening in the Middle East, like, a lot of people just came in and smashed. Hello, Nomad. If the British had found them first, the pyramids would look as if they were just built yesterday. Well, no, because, like, the British also had Roman roads. And they also destroyed them, and they destroyed their aqueducts as well, right? So, I'm willing to give them a pass, okay? Like, I'm willing to say, alright, fine. Anyway. You can make a new crown and wait 500 years. Yeah, but it wouldn't be the same, right? Because you're not Napoleon. Like, you would have to basically start conquering the entire Europe, crown yourself emperor, and then have, like, a monstrous coalition form against you not once, but 4 times. And then almost win the 5th time around. And then that crown, maybe it's going to have value 500 years from now. And probably still won't have the same value because it's not the Napoleon crown. Find me a Slavic pagan statue if they respected them. I don't know, did the Slavics actually make statues? Look, I don't know. They probably didn't respect every single statue, right? But like the Roman ones, they did respect, so. Anyway, let's talk a little bit about Twitch. Let me see if I can find the post. It's actually interesting. Like, Twitch has a massive hate boner for VTubers. And I think they may have gone too far this time. I think they may have taken it a little bit too far. Okay, I think I found the post. I will show you something more mean than Hassan Piker electrocuting his dog right now. Like, I never thought that I would see it. But here we have it. So, I deeply apologize to all the VTubers and the fans who had to meet and greet at the VTuber booth this year. It breaks my heart to know staff throughout all of the gifts that you guys have given to us. I should have known better than to trust them and taken care of everything ahead of time. I'm so sorry, everyone. and this is Iron Mouse, right? Basically, there was a TwitchCon, and VTubers that went there, some of them got doxxed by the staff. The other ones had their gifts stolen. And it's like, okay, so like what gifts were there? Well, Lith the Bunny. Lith the Succubus Bun. Succubus Bun. 461 followers. Your God of Purgatory. Streamer, VTuber, artist. Twitch affiliate. Well, maybe you should consider YouTube, Lith the Bun. Breaks my heart to know that the custom cinema roll I made for Iron Mouse was thrown out. Along with a handwritten note I made for her. I also made a business card for my VTuber for her that I was really proud of. TwitchCon just keeps making things shitty for creators. And look at the cope, right? Look at the fucking cope. This right here is the fucking cope. Sadly, not their fault. Probably, so they don't know for sure, right? Like, I don't know for sure if this is the case, but I'm going to assume so that I can give Twitch, the company that does nothing wrong, the benefit of the doubt. Probably nothing wrong. VTuber Camilla had a gift given to her that had a tracking device inside it, and it was used to find out where she lives. Okay, listen. I guess like there was a member of Mossad that planted a bug inside the plushie that they gave to a VTuber. If that is the case, first of all, you gotta understand that there have been other events in human history where VTubers have gotten gifts and they went fine. So you could try and reproduce that. But secondly, if that's the case, you could actually tell the VTubers themselves. You can tell, listen, okay, like there was this thing where someone has placed a bug, like there was a Mossad agent in a previous event, and they managed to bug one of the girls. And so, do you want the gifts or not? Like, that is what I consider normal, right? Like, you inform the bitch, and you say, look, I know you got a community of schizos, and you're actually farming these mentally ill individuals that give you money just because you have a ooh voice, and that's a respectable profession. Some trolls do it. But there are some things to consider. So, like, what do you want us to do? We can't scan your shit, okay? And we're not having x-rays here to scan. We're not an airport, right? Like, you just decide if you want the gifts or not. If you want, you can scan them yourself. You don't find your own fucking x-ray. But you don't just throw the gifts away without telling them. And so, my Eastern European brain, right, and my little cynical brain here, may assume that they stole them. Is that not safe to assume that they stole them? From Jupiter, thank you for the $5. Leftists, the Middle East would never destroy. That's just imperialist lies. Me looking at the blown up Buddhist statue in Afghanistan. Wait, they managed to spread Buddhism all the way to Afghanistan? I didn't even fucking know that. SRC maker, Apple AirTags has made it so easy to track people. It's really not cool. A lot of criminals are putting AirTags under people's cars to track them home from invasions. Yeah, I mean, look, I'm not saying that there isn't a risk. Of course there is. Obviously, you know, but like, you can't just steal people's shit. I mean, again, like, there are these types of events happening all around the world, and all of them, except for one, are safe, right? And so, like, what you can do is to inform the people, and, like, there's metal detectors and shit. You know, like, you can actually figure out if you want. So yeah, no, I think they were stolen. I honestly think they were stolen. Speaking of security, let me tell you what else they did. There were a couple of VTubers that actually wanted to bring their own security. Twitch said no. Now, I kind of understand why they would say no, right? Because they have, like, their own security, and maybe they don't want their security to step on the toes of the private security, right? But how many content creators you have that actually bring their own security? And given the fact that at Twitch, you genuinely live off of these people's work. Like, that's how the platform operates, right? Like, you at Twitch, you do jack shit. Like, what you do is you host these content creators that actually have talent, and you steal a portion of their cash. That's your entire business, right? You would think that at least you could try to accommodate them. If some bitch brings her own private security, she probably does it because she wants to feel comfortable and she has safety of mind. She probably knows who the private security is. She probably trusts the guy a lot more, right? And so, like, why would you ever say no? Why can't you accommodate them? Like, how many were there? Were like it was like Mr. Beast, like, I brought 1,000 bodyguards to meet. Like, come on. Right? Like, it's so messed up. So, like, on one hand, they're really scared about security. And like, oh, well, we can't allow the VTubers to have their plushie, because what if there's a Mossad agent there? And on the other hand, they're like, oh, well, actually, we can't allow the VTuber to bring her own personal security. They actually didn't allow people to bring in their medication. Again, I kind of get it, because America is the land of fentanyl, right? And so, like, maybe Twitch doesn't want to be responsible for someone overdosing there, and someone comes with an insulin pump. You don't know what's in the syringe, right? Like, maybe they replaced it with something else. Like, it's possible. You know, someone has some heart pills, and you may think that they're ecstasy pills. Who the fuck knows? Still, not a good look. You know, not a good look to tell grandma that she can't take her diabetes pump inside. And take into account that some retards actually flew in from out of state in order to go there, and it's like, not that they have the option to say, oh, you're not letting me with my insulin pump, well, then I'm not going. And so, like, a lot of people were forced to give away their medication in order to get inside. Midwest Finest, come for your political analysis, stay for your voice. Oh. Thank you for the donation, I appreciate it. Usually the dedicated fans, the ones that donated the thousands, expect more from the female streamers. See, this is something that happens in Romania, and I assume that it happens worldwide, but I was wrong. When I was dating in high school, especially when I was dating in university, if I ever wanted to bring an expensive gift or to take a girl to an expensive restaurant, she would usually say no. And the reason she would say no is because literally what you say. It's like, well, I don't want him to build up certain expectations from me. So, like, if it was the first date or the second date, and I was trying to get her to, like, the most expensive spot in town, or if you were trying to, you know, buy her something expensive, she would always say no. Because she doesn't know me yet, right? Like, I could be a psycho, I could be a creep, I could be someone that has, like, expectations from her, and this is how Romanian mothers would teach their daughters to behave. But apparently on the internet is not the same. Well, maybe it's because they don't see the face of the person. Maybe because they never think that they're going to interact with the person. But I will tell you this, chat. I have this policy, and I don't know if other content creators have it. I'm not a big creator, but my policy is that if I ever get a donation that's over $500, and I think like in my entire career I had like 2 or 3 of them, I never accept it unless I have a Discord chat with the person. I want to know who gave the money to me, right? And $500 is not that much. It is to me, though. Like, for me, $500 is a fucking lot. But if I was to get, like, Sargon of Akkad got $15,000 super chat. But that was, like, with his Aquila Obviously case. And I think it was from Notch. And I told him, man, you need to talk to the guy. You need to talk to the guy right now. Because, like, you want to make sure that it's actually from Notch, number one. And you want to make sure that you understand, like, you have at least some records on why they donated to you. You never know what can happen. Like, there were cases where the person donating also donated to white nationalists or some shit, and then someone did the Christchurch massacre, and every person that donated to him was now... you watched the podcast, and everyone that donated to the podcast was now investigated by the cops, right? Like, usually people don't donate this high amount of cash, and you need to have a filter. You need to refund it if they don't want to do the disc. I know it's difficult, but it's the safe bet. And you need to have logs on why they donated this much. But anyway, I don't even know why I'm saying this, because like none of you here are doing Twitch streaming. None of you here are being ushi-kushi girls online, shaking their boobies. But still, yeah, like if you're a girl and you see someone donating more than $1,000 to you, I would refund it. I'm not even kidding. You don't have to refund the whole $1,000. You know, refund $500. You'll still feel better. I remember like when I actually had to refund $500, I was so fucking pissed. And I wasn't pissed because I have to give them back. I was pissed because it fucked up with my taxes. But it was like really weird. It was when I was more popular and I had like 600 people on the stream. and I get like a $500 PayPal donation. And I'm like, what the fuck? Who gives me 500? Why am I getting $500? And they sent an email saying that they were drunk and they added an extra zero. They wanted to send $50, but they sent 500. And I told them, it's like, look, I'm going to give them back to you. That's fine. But I'm going to have to pay taxes. And so I did give them back 450. That's how much they asked. So it's important to be careful when you're donating as well, I suppose. Don't donate when drunk. I used to be streaming on Twitch, but that was painting Warhammer models. Pretty boring shit. I do fucking agree, it is pretty boring. Unless you have an ASMR voice and you're doing ooh faces. Last convention, they had 12 instances of people being on drugs. Didn't they have the issue with a person jumping in the bull pit and breaking their spine? Again, like, I would never go to TwitchCon. Like, it's... If you go to TwitchCon, you fucking deserve it. Should have charged them taxes from the refund. I guess I should have, but I wasn't that big of a dick. It's like, look, if you donate $500 to me, I assume that you like my content, and I value you as a subscriber, and so if I'm going to be a dick, I'll just lose a subscriber. So I was just nice, and I gave them back everything that they asked, and I didn't charge them for anything more. A VTuber got pregnant on TwitchCon, apparently. They showed the ring. No, sorry, they showed the pregnancy test. You're too nice? No, it's called doing good business, right? Like, when you're a content creator, your image is your brand. And so if you present yourself like an asshole, especially towards the ones that give you money, then you don't get money. Like, you actually need to be nice to your subscribers. The best way to burn goodwill and destroy your channel is to be a dick to your subscribers. You can be a dick to someone else's subscribers, that's fine. Just not to your own. I'd go there to jump in the pit then sue Twitch. I don't know if it's worth it, man. Like, if you're going to be paralyzed for the rest of your life, how much money is that worth it? Like, I wouldn't accept anything. Speaking of Twitch, there is something even more retarded than Twitch, and it's Twitter. So I wanna show you something on Twitter. I need to learn the shortcuts for these. As you can see here, and it's the same person, right? And they're getting like a lot of views. It's not like they're a nobody. But on the left, he's angry because she looks more approachable and childlike in the first picture, right? By saying that the makeup industry is destroying our young women. And he's showing a woman without makeup and a woman with makeup. And the thing is, like, I fucking agree. She looks better without makeup. Like, there are some women that just don't know how to apply makeup, or they don't need it. Right? And this person is basically stating the obvious, like, yes, this right here actually looks better than this. And you have like the commentator saying, no, if you actually like this, is because you're a pedophile. And it's like, okay, you know, fine, like, this is how society is like. I'm not going to like any single woman without makeup because I'm not a pedophile. I'm not. I want elderly women, put on the makeup, bitch. Just drop the bucket in, you know, spend the money on the makeup industry so that I can have a good reputation and a good standing with my fellow with my fellow Twitter creators. But then it's the same person, right? Literally the same person here. She looks better in the first image, she's just pale. Men's preferences for true makeup is clearly downstream of porn. So let me get it straight, right? If you like them without makeup, you're a pedophile. If you like them with makeup, you're a gooner. I mean... women. Just don't call me a pay piggy unless you are joking. Also, OMG, the chick probably got a prego from the ball pit itself. How gross is that ball pit at TwitchCon? See, the thing is, I've never got into a ball pit myself. Like, when I was a kid, there were no ball pits. I benefited from the remnants of socialism. And so I never had ball pits. But, I understand they're very yucky. And they're very nasty. And despite that, people still use them. I don't know why. The chick who broke her spine in the ball pit was pregnant when it happened. She lost the child. Get the fuck out. Did I don't fucking believe that. There's no fucking way. Hold on, let me... No. I'm going to ask Groki. Was there a woman that broke her spine in a Twitch ball pit at TwitchCon? And, actually, hold on. I'm going to ask ChatGPT. Don't trust Groki. Was there a woman that broke her spine in a Twitch ball pit at TwitchCon, and was she pregnant? Did she sue, and what happened? Yes, apparently there is an incident with a woman with a serious back injury at San Diego ball pit attraction. The streamer Adriana Checkit, also known for her adult film work, announced that she jumped into a foam cube and suffered a broken back in 2 places. Jesus fucking Christ. She further revealed that while in the hospital after the injury, she found out she was pregnant. And because of the spinal surgery she had to undergo, she could not continue the pregnancy. Jesus. The setup: 2 race platforms with contestants battling foam weapons, and then face jumping into a shallow ball pit with foam cubes, but underneath apparently concrete hard surface. The foam layer was apparently insufficient. As one of the publicly available records, I could not find any lawsuits. People say there was no fighting. How the fuck do you not file a lawsuit if that happens to you? There is also no publicly verified sum or settlement. The pregnant part is true. There's a discussion about whether waivers signed at the event might block the lawsuit. Yeah, but like, is that how it works? Like, can you just... Like by this logic, can you have a death match like the Iron Dome, and just as long as people sign a waiver, they can go in? Draw me the face of Twitch staff based on what you know that Twitch staff are like, personality-wise, when they found out that the adult filming e-girl had the accident. Draw the image. Use Pixar-like visuals. No, use anime. Motion blur, absurd res, dramatic lighting, dramatic scene, worm eye view, cinematic lighting, motion lines, vibrant colors. I'm curious curious if they're going to get rainbow colored hair. What do you say, chat? Out of all the large language models, ChatGPT draws the slowest. Grok is the fastest, followed by Gemini. Gemini draws the best, actually. Like, some of the best pictures that you can find on the internet that are AI made are from Gemini. And ChatGPT is the slowest. Still, it's the little engine that could. If you wait long enough, eventually it actually does draw something. Alright. We'll wait for it to... Grok Imagine got censored lately. Yes, you could actually get anime girls to plap each other on Grok Imagine, and now you can still have titties. You can get a breast massage. I don't think you can get a paizuri anymore. But they did censor the plap, which is a little bit disappointing. All right, I love the fact that the Twitch staff has blue hair. Like, notice that I didn't tell Grok to draw. Yeah, notice that I didn't tell Grok to draw blue hair, but like it already knew. Okay, Twitch staff, soy boy probably has glasses. They got the Twitch logo on and the blue hair. Let's be real. Their Twitch staff, from 1 laughing to 10 concerned, how would you assess their emotional state was really like? Probably 4.5, the corporate equivalent of oh no anyway. 1 to 3 laughing memeing, some mid-level marketing or community manager definitely made nervous jokes in the back channel. The absurdity of adult performer breakback in Twitch branded foam pit practically writes its own dark memes. 4 to 6 mild concern, the PR and legal teams likely went full containment mode. They'd be sweating, not from empathy, but from potential liability. 7 to 8 would have been actually worried. A handful of on-site staff were probably genuinely shaken, especially whoever was managing that booth or had to call the ambulance. And 9 and 10 would have been deeply concerned, right? This level would only be reached if the injury caused a major sponsor or a headline brand deal to collapse. So basically, 4.5, right? A mild concern. Mild concern for lawsuits, not for her safety. Let's try getting ChatGPT to actually think a little bit about it. Let's get it to think longer. Still, it's Twitch staff we're talking about it. It has to think a little bit because it's Twitch, you know? Like, predicting normal people is easy, but predicting insane people, it's a little bit hard because they're random. Oh, like, when it thinks, it says 8.5, but like the same reason, it says deeply concerned over lawsuits, right? Brand risk. Legal risk, right? But like, none are being worried due to empathy reasons. Right. The neckbeard is missing. It is the perfect thumbnail, yes. The moment you reference a second character, Grok Imagine goes moderated. Yeah, it's allowing nudity, but it's not allowing interaction. And if you wanted 2 characters, you can upload your own image with 2 characters. Empathy is for Christians? Jesus. Okay, let me check if there's anything else. If not, I'm going to end this a little bit earlier, but I do think like I had one more news event. Oh yeah, One Punch Man. So One Punch Man like has some of the worst one frame animations that I have ever seen. People are calling it One Frame Man. And it looks, just so you can understand what we're talking about, like this is one of the most popular mangas in Japan right now. Like One Punch Man is almost as popular as Dragon Ball, I would say. And so you would think that they would invest a lot of money into making sure that the animation for it is up to par. And this is what they have. Look at this. And like, obviously, this is just 3 seconds because I could show you more, but I would get like copyright strike. But it's like the norm in this anime. It's just constant. Like one frame animations, PNGs moving. And so you think that everyone would agree, right? Like everyone would agree that this is bad. But no, you have like people that are coping and they're trying to gaslight and to say, no, like this is perfectly normal. Like look at the manga panel. And I'm like, bitch, I'm looking at the manga panel. The fucking manga panel is displaying more motion than the fucking animation. How the fuck do you do that? How do you do that? How is it that this actually shows more fucking movement than this? Like this one actually, you know, like all you had to do is to add something behind him. And maybe some motion lines, but they didn't. Why? Because they're lazy fucks. You know how long this takes to make, by the way? 5 seconds in a video editor. And again, like, this is a respectable anime, which shows the drop in quality that's happening in Japan right now. And it's a problem if you happen to like anime. Like, it's a problem if you hate Western entertainment and you're watching anime because there's nothing else to watch. And to see, like, people defending it, and it's like, oh, no, well, I mean, the manga panel is like, oh, I mean, look at it. It's like the manga panel. What the fuck? Are we looking at the same thing? It's not that they even ran out of a budget. Like, first of all, it's One Punch Man. Like, they should have the budget. But secondly, that you can get away without anime. Invincible does that, right? Like, Invincible has a lot of frames where they don't move anything. And it's fine if you know how to do it, right? Like, if people don't notice it. But, like, when the entire anime, when like, 70% of the anime is just one frame, yeah, people are going to notice it and they're going to complain about it. Worse than 1999 Flash animation? Yes, absolutely. Like, you go to Newgrounds and people make much more animated stuff than that. This is the same frame rate as the manga. Oh my god, that's such a nice way to put it. But yes, you're absolutely right. It's the same frame rate as the manga. Why are you complaining? Okay, I'm stealing this. I'm stealing this. Hold on. No, like I'm going to commit theft now. Alright, chat. I'm going to steal this. But it has the same frame rate as the manga. Why are you, chads, constantly complaining? Hold on, I need to tag in the anime pros, right? Like Chibi Review. I understand he's an anime pro. Gonna tap Chibi, the other Chibidoki, because I know that she's a fan of Chibi Reviews. Who else do I tag in? Who else is the anime weeb, huh? Who else likes anime? Gator Gamer. Oh my god, I forgot about him, right? Gator Gamer. I don't follow these people. I don't even know his handle. Whatever. I'll just leave like to be there. Anyway. Had to steal that. Had to steal it. It was a good joke. I'm tagging the people. The thing is, like, where are the anime Nazis? Like, no anime Nazi is on Twitter anymore. Like, all of them are on Mastodon. Especially now during the anime jihad that's going. Like, I miss the anime. I never thought I would say this. But I unironically miss the anime Nazis. Japanese anime is known for cutting corners. Not like this, man. Like, no, seriously, you can cut corners while still looking like you aren't. There's an art of cutting corners. Anyway, right, chat, thank you for being here. I'll probably not stream at this hour again, because I didn't get that many people. Like, I usually get more people if I stream at my regular time. But I did try to stream a little bit earlier, so see how it goes. Anyway, right, let me know what you think. See you guys in the comment section. Take care.